Inhale, lift. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, lift. I'm just gonna check on everyone. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round the back. Gonna do 3 more. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round your back. Okay, gonna pause here for a second. So neutral, have yourself in a neutral position. And I'm going to start with a cat. So round your back. I want you to gaze toward your navel a little bit more. Now just breathe here for 2 more deep breaths. Can you suck your belly in a little bit more? I want you to feel your back is rounded. Your belly is sucked in. So your belly is away from the mat. 1 more deep breath here. Suck the belly in a little bit more. Beautiful. Come to neutral. We're going to practice that cat again. So round your back. Here you can feel your tailbone is pushed forward. But your belly here is sucked in. So rounding the back for 1 more deep breath here. Your chin is closer to your collarbone. And let's come to neutral. And going to try 1 more time. So going to feel that core strengthening. So suck your belly in, round your back. You're tucking your chin in here. So your chin is closer to your chest. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly come to a neutral. Beautiful. And from here, going to cross your ankles at the back. Now inhale, gonna center and exhale, twist to the right. Twist a little bit more. Inhale, center. Gonna twist to the same side for 2 more times. Twist to the right. Feel the flexibility on the side. Inhale, centering. And exhale, twist to the right 1 more time. Now inhale, center. Now let's twist to the left. We're trying to gaze toward the left toes. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left a little bit more. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist to the left. Beautiful. Center yourself. Going to relax the toes and tap, tap, tap the toes. Relax the toes. Beautiful. Now going to lean back. So you're having your heels massaging your sit bones. And from here, going to come to a mermaid. To have both knees pointing. I'm pointing toward my left. Nice. And let's relax the hands. 1 hand, left hand beside the left hip. Right hand between both knees. Nice. Inhale, lift up your chin. And exhale, going to lean forward. We're not going to come down all the way. Just lean forward. 45 degrees for your upper body to the mat. Now inhale, let's lift up the chin. Exhale, lean forward. 2 more. Inhale, lift up the chin. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna stay here for 2 more deep breaths. You can feel it on that right side of your hip bone. 1 more deep breath here. Beautiful. And from here, I'm gonna lift up that right foot. So feel that back foot is lifted. You don't have to lift up too high. We're just doing the warm up here. Stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Connecting with your breathing. Reduce any anxiety or stress in your mind. And slowly gonna straighten out your body. So your body is upright. And from here, I'm gonna grab onto the right foot and lift up a little bit higher. That's right. And if you're able to, you can point your left hand and grab onto that right foot a little bit more. Pointing your left hand toward that right toes. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly let's release. Let it go. Take it slow, let it go. Because you're just stretched out that right side of the hip flexor. Now I'm gonna switch the direction. So both knees, I'm pointing both knees toward my right side. That's right. Both knees are 90 degrees. I'm putting my right hand beside my right hip and left hand between my both knees. That's right. Feel like a little mermaid here. Inhale, lift up your chin. Feel that lifting of the chin away from the mat. And exhale, going to lean forward. Allow your upper body make that 45-degree angle to the mat. Inhale, gonna lift. Exhale, lean forward, 45-degree here. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 45-degree. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 45-degree. We're gonna stay here for 2 more deep breaths, okay? We're gonna feel that nice stretch on the left side of the hip flexor. 1 more deep breath here. Lots of time we sit at the desk or on the couch. Lots of tensions build up around the hips. Beautiful. Good. Sorry, we still lean forward. We forgot that back foot. So let's lift up that back foot. Yeah, you don't have to lift up too high. Just add a level that's comfortable for you. Stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Connecting with your breathing. Allow your awareness to be drawn to your breathing. And slowly gonna lift up the chest, drop that left foot down, and I'm going to use that left hand to grab onto the left foot. You can use that elbow, left elbow, to use that left elbow as a support here as well. So you can bend a little bit more. So your right hand can be hooked onto the left hand if your left elbow is supporting your back foot. Breathe here for 3 more deep breaths. Stretching out that left leg. And slowly release. Let it go. Beautiful. We're going to come to our windshield wiper here. So place both heels in front of you. Place your hands behind. And windshield wiper, we're going to take it slow. So let's drop on one side here first. Take 3 deep breaths. So you just breathe into your hips. Feel the tensions being lifted away. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly going to switch the direction and stay here. 3 deep breaths. Allowing your breath to be that powerful tool to release the tensions. It helps you to reduce any anxious thoughts, any anxiety or stress. Beautiful. Gonna switch one more time. Let's switch to the left side first and stay here. Just one more deep breath here. And let's switch. The other side, stay here. Longer you stay, more of the tension is being lifted. So one more deep breath here. Beautiful. Let's center our knees. From here, your heels stepped out a little bit wider. I'm gonna lean forward first. I'm going to have both hands behind you. So bring both hands behind you. And now you're lifting up your hip. So lift up the hip and drop the hip down. So both the knees can pointing toward the left. And you are lying down on the mat with your chest down. So if you need to see me how I did it again, you can take a look. If you're in the position, that's good. Stay in that position for 2 more deep breaths. So I'm having both knees pointing toward the ceiling and swing my arms behind and lift up my hip. So my hips are lifted so I can adjust my knees. My knees are down and slowly have yourself lying down here. Stay here for 1 more deep breath. 1 more deep breath here. Feel that tensions being lifted around the hips. Good job, everyone. And slowly inhale, lift up your chest. So your hips are not moving, your knees are not moving. Inhale, gonna just lift up the chin. The chest is lifted and exhale down. Your elbows are bent here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, bend. 1 more deep breath here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, down. And slowly going to swing both arms back to center. Adjust the hips, so you're lifting up the hips to adjust yourself. Nice. Now I'm going to do it on the other side, okay? So both heels are a little wider than your hips. And swing both arms toward the right side. I'm going to lift up the hips. So your hips are lifted so both knees can be down. So you're dropping both knees down and come down with your chest. Your elbows can be bent here if your chest is down, but as long as both knees are down. So drop both knees down. Feel the tensions being taken away. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly inhale, lift up your chest, lift up your chin, and exhale, dropping down. 1 more deep breath here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Now slowly lift up your chest. I'm gonna swing both arms back to center. Nice. I'm going to have the left knee drop in. So you can see me left in drop in, but my right knee is lifted. It's a different windshield wiper. So only one side of the knee first. And let's switch. So the left knee lifted, right knee is dropping down. 1 more deep breath here. Beautiful. And let's center ourselves, knees lifted toward the ceiling. And let's come to a butterfly. So bring the heels together. You can either interlace your hands, place your hands underneath your knees, and let's focus on the knees. So you're trying to, each time you lift up the knees and exhale, drop the knees down a little bit more. Inhale, lifting up the knees, and exhale, dropping down the knees. 3 more deep breaths. Inhale, lift up the knees a little bit higher, and exhale, drop down the knees a little bit more. Push those knees down. 1 more deep breath here. Inhale, lift up the knees, and exhale, drop the knees down a little bit more. You feel the knees can really go down. Beautiful. Stay here for 1 more deep breath, allowing the knees to be down. Good job, everyone. Let's release. Let's come back to the tabletop position. We're going to come to the main workout. That was our warm-up. So let's tuck the toes under and lift up the hips. Come to your downward facing. Try to push your chest toward your thighs. So you're lifting up your hips toward the ceiling a little bit more. So 1 more deep breath here. Allowing your hips to be lifted a little bit higher. Now from here, going to inhale, lift up that right knee toward the ceiling, and exhale, drop that right knee forward toward both hands. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling, and exhale, going to lean forward and lift up the left foot. So your back foot is lifted, and slowly let's point the hands back. Warrior 3. Try to adjust the height of your hip bones. 1 more deep breath here. And slowly drop the left foot down and come to your runner's lunge. So you're still leaning forward, both hands pointing back. Draw your belly in. 1 more deep breath here. Beautiful. Now we're going to drop that left hand down and right hand is lifted. This is your easy twist. Stay here for 2 more deep breaths in your easy twist. You can feel it at your sit bone, the right sit bone. 1 more deep breath here. Beautiful. Relax the right hand down. Gonna lean the hips back. Come to a pyramid pose. In your pyramid, we're going to interlace your hands behind, pointing the index finger back. So you're trying to relax your forehead here. You're really stretching out the back of your legs. 2 more deep breaths here, trying to balance yourself. And slowly relax the hands back down onto the mat. Inhale, lift up the right leg toward the ceiling, and exhale, relax the right foot down. I'm gonna pedal the heels up and down. Heels up, heels down, 1 at a time. And slowly, let's lower down both heels. Stay in your downward facing for 2 deep breaths. Now let's do it on the other side. Inhale, left leg is lifted. Lift up your left leg high and exhale, step forward. Left foot is between your hands. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, gonna lean forward and lift up the back leg. My right leg is lifted, supporting with my left leg. This is your warrior 3. Balancing yourself. Keep the hip bones balanced. Neutralize the hip bones. And slowly pointing both hands toward the back. Now slowly let's drop the right toes down, leaning forward, runner's lunge. Suck your belly in here. You want to lift up your belly away from your left thigh. One more deep breath here. Finding that harmony between your breathing and your mind. Beautiful. Now going to drop the right hand down and left hand lifted toward the ceiling. Stay here for 2 more deep breaths. It's your easy twist here. Feel it on that sit bone. 1 more deep breath here. Gazing toward the ceiling. And slowly drop the left hand down. I'm going to lean the hips back. Straighten out that front leg. Both heels are down onto the mat. So both feet are flat on the mat. And slowly, once you're balanced, I'm going to interlace the hands and pointing the index fingers toward the ceiling. So you're trying to put the forehead down toward your front knee. 1 more deep breath here. Still suck your belly in. So your rib cage is away from the mat. And slowly drop both hands down onto the mat. Inhale, left foot is lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, relax your left foot down. Pedal your heels. 1 up, 1 down. And slowly both heels are down. And inhale, lift up the right leg toward the ceiling. Exhale, going to cross that right foot over and step that right foot beside the left hand. So you're making a little triangle with your feet here, with your legs. 1 deep breath here. Breathing into that bottom part of that leg. And inhale, right leg lifted back up toward the ceiling. And exhale, relax the right foot down. Inhale, left foot is lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to cross that left foot over toward the right hand. Crossing over. Breathe here. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, left leg lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, relax the left foot down. Pedal the heels up and down. And slowly lower down both heels. I'm going to drop the knees down. Knees are wide open here. And let's lean back for child pose. Take 2 deep breaths here in your child pose. Connecting deeper with your breathing. And slowly, gonna lift up the chest here. And keep the left knee the same. But I'm going to lift up my hips and crossing that right leg out. Crossing the right leg out and toward my left. So you're stepping the right toes outside of the mat and gaze toward that right toes. One more deep breath here. Let me check if anyone needs any help. Good job. And slowly gonna bring that right foot back. And stepping that right foot outside to the right side. So you really straighten out the entire right leg onto your right side. Gaze toward that right toes. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna bring that right knee back. So right knee still in that child pose position. Now I'm going to lift up the hips and cross that left foot out to the right. You're gazing toward the left toes. One more deep breath here. Beautiful. Now I'm going to cross the left foot to the left side. Maybe you can lean the hips back a little bit so you're really stretching out the left leg. Arms extended forward. One more deep breath here, gazing toward the left toes to feel more of the extension. And slowly lift up the hips and bring that left knee back. Now let's come to a tabletop position. So your knees are right underneath of the hips. And let's lift up the right leg. Breathe here. Level the hip bones here first. Now I'm going to cross that right leg to the left. So my knees are parallel to the body here. And just crossing that right toes to the left side. One more deep breath here, gazing toward that left toes. Beautiful. And from here, I'm going to drop that right knee. So drop that back knee down and slowly going to sit back. You're sitting back, you're coming to a shoelace pose. So if you haven't seen this first, so first my back leg is straight and slowly drop my back knee down and lift up the hips and slowly sit down. So you're coming to a shoelace pose, grabbing onto both feet from your shoelace pose. First, have your chest lifted and slowly going to rest the chin onto the top knee. One more deep breath here. Beautiful. Lift up the chest, go to backward. So crawl your hands forward and straighten out the back leg. That's right. We're going to do one more of that sequence. So crawl the hands back and come back to your shoelace pose. Beautiful. Lift up the chin, lift up the chest first. And slowly have your chin resting onto the top knee. One more deep breath here. Let's crawl it over. So lift up the chest and crawl your hands over, forward, and bring your knee back. Come back to that tabletop. So I'm back to my tabletop here. We're going to do on the other side. So have the left foot cross it over. So you're extending that back foot toward that right side of your body and gaze toward your left toes. You can even see your right hip if you curve a little bit more with your spine. One more deep breath here. Now I'm going to drop the back knee. Drop the back knee down and slowly crawl your hands back. And come to your shoelace pose. Shoelacing pose here. And rest your chin onto that top knee. 2 deep breaths here. Grabbing onto both feet. I'm gonna take a look, see anyone need help. 1 more deep breath here. You feel the resting on the neck. The cervical spine is getting the rest. Now I'm gonna cross over, cross forward. Not cross over, sorry. Cross forward. Crawl your hands forward and straighten out the back knee. So you're gazing back toward that left toes again. 1 more deep breath here. Feel that back leg is lengthened. Now I'm going to drop the left knee down and crawl your hands back. Your hips are down now. Grabbing onto both feet. Lift up the chest first and slowly resting your chin down. 2 deep breaths here. Lift up your chin. Going to let it go, release, and come back to that tabletop position. Nice. We're going to have a break, have a water break, have yourself hydrated. Does anyone has a question? Okay, if anyone has a question, can open your microphone. Next sequence, we're going to come to a standing position. With your standing position, going to first bend the knees. So you're relaxing your tailbone down. Bend the knees, so micro bending the knee. You can see my knees are not passing my toes. If my knees passing my toes, it looks like this, okay? But I'm pushing my knees back. So you just want to bend enough so you're not injuring your knees. And from here, you want to make sure your belly is sucked in. So we're going to have the hands onto the hips and suck the belly in. When you suck your belly in, you feel your back is rounded. So we're going to have a pelvic tilt here. So maybe it's better to see on my side. So inhale, we're going to lift up the chin toward the ceiling. And exhale, tuck the tailbone in under. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tuck the tailbone under. 1 more. Inhale, lift. My chest is lifted. And exhale, tucking the tailbone under, and I'm rounding my back. 1 more here. Inhale, lift up the chin. And exhale, round the back. 1 more deep breath here. Tucking the, so we're really working on that core strength here. Stabilizing the hips. Gonna stay here for 1 more deep breath. And slowly straighten out the knees. When we're having our knees straightened, we're gonna lean forward. So your upper body is making that 45 degrees with like the mat. Now slowly lift up the back leg. We're gonna work on that back leg here. Inhale, lift a little bit higher, and exhale, pointing toward the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pointing toward the mat. Going to do 8 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pointing toward the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the right foot down. Straighten out your body here. I'm gonna lean forward again. Let's lift up the left leg here. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, point the left toe toward the back. Inhale, point the left toes up. Exhale, 45 degrees. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Do 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, slowly drop your left toes and straighten out your body. You can relax your hands here for a second. I'm going to bring the hands back onto the hips. I'm going to kick the legs forward. Let's kick that right leg up. As high as you can here, as long as you keep your balance. I'm going to pause that right leg here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the right foot down. I'm going to work on the left side. So imagining your left heel is kicking toward the front. With the pause the left leg here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the left foot down. Relax your hands here for a second. So you can see we're really working on the lower legs. So let's try that sequence. We're going to go for the second round here. But lean forward first. So you're balancing yourself. And let's lift up the right leg. First, try to neutralize your hips. So your right hip is not too high. Let's lift up the right leg a little bit higher. Let's go for 8. Pause here, up and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right foot down. Straighten out your upper body here first. And slowly gonna lean forward. Let's lift up the back leg. First, neutralize your hips here first. So your hip bones are balanced. Let's pause the back leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the left foot down. Relax your hands here for a second. We don't want to put pressure on the shoulders. So let's put the hands back onto the hips. I'm going to try it forward. So lift up the right leg. So you really feel the strengthening on that quadricep here. I'm going to pause here, up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the right foot down here first. Let's lift up the left leg. Pause here for 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the left foot. Gonna lean forward. Let's try our third round here. Now we're going to lift up the right leg, but we're going to bend the right knee out. So we're going to add on to it. So my right knee is pointing toward the side. I'm going to lift up the right heel. Pause the right heel up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right foot down and lift up the left leg. Bend the left knee. Left knee bend toward the side. I'm going to pause the back heel here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out your body here. We're not going to rest for the third round. And let's straighten out the front. Sorry, pointing to the front. And let's point the right knee toward the side. So the right knee is up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, a little bit higher. For 5, a little bit higher. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your right foot. Let's lift up the left leg forward and bend the left knee. Let's point for up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to relax the left foot down. Let's lean forward. The fourth round here. Let's lift up the right leg. Bend the right knee out. Right knee out to the side. Pause the back heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the legs. Let's relax the right and lift up the left. Bend the left knee. Let's pause the back heel for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not resting here. So let's lift up the upper body. Let's go ahead with the right foot to the front and bend the right knee. Right knee up and down, a little bit higher. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch the legs. Let's lift up the left leg. Bend the left knee and pause the left knee. Up and down. For 8. A little bit higher with the left knee. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Last round. You guys are doing amazing. Let's lean forward. Lift up the back leg. Bend the right knee to the side. I'm going to pause the right heel. So you feel that right heel is lifted up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You feel it on that right hip. 3, 2, and 1. Switch the legs. Keep that upper body lean forward. Bend the left knee. So left heel is up and down. Forget about the left knee. You're focusing on the left heel. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're almost there. Last one for the fifth round. Have your body upright. Let's straighten out the front leg and bend the right knee. Now your focus is on the right knee. Let's lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the legs. Left leg is lifted. Bend the left knee. Let's focus on that left knee. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. Good job, everyone. Take a water break. You might feel sore on the hips. That means you put your effort there already. So next sequence is our warrior flow. I'm gonna start with warrior 2. So first have your toes pointing toward the screen and slowly point the left toes toward the left side of your body. So left knee is bent and slowly straighten out that right leg. So you're separating both feet apart as far as you can. And let's come to the warrior 2. Make sure the left knee is on the same surface as your left thigh. If you look at your screen, your arms are parallel to the mat. Beautiful. One more deep breath here in your warrior 2. Feel like a warrior fighting against this COVID-19. Feel stronger as your inner warrior. Grow stronger. One more deep breath here. And from here, I'm going to bend the elbows. Elbows bent. Nice. I'm going to place the hands behind your ear or behind the neck. Nice. And slowly point the right elbow down toward the straightened leg. So you're gazing toward the ceiling here. So the elbows is up, one down. One more deep breath here. You're crunching into that right side body. And inhale, going to lift up the elbows parallel to the mat, and exhale, crunching to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunching to the side. Gonna do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, we're gonna come directly to our peace warrior. Have that left elbow bent. Right hand is just relaxing onto the back leg. One more deep breath here. Feel that nice stretch on the front side of your body. And slowly gonna come back to warrior 2. And from here, going to point the right hand forward. You feel like imagining you're holding an energy ball here in front of you. More on the left side of your body. One more deep breath here. You can gaze toward the front mat. So toward your left toes or one foot in front of your left toes. Just feel that extension here. One more deep breath. And slowly, let's come back to that warrior 2. Now we're going to straighten out the front knee and lean toward the left side of your body and kick that right hip toward the ceiling and slowly point the left hand toward your left heel and come to your triangle. Gaze toward the ceiling. Feel that extension up. So you're pointing your energy up through the extension of that right leg, the right hand toward the ceiling. Well, for sure your right leg is extended as well, but we want to feel that upright sensation. One more deep breath here. Good job, everyone. You guys look amazing. And slowly gonna bend into the left knee, come back to our warrior 2. Now I'm gonna switch. So pointing both foot forward, and let's pointing that right toes out. Bend into that right knee, switching the side of the warrior two. So you can separate both feet apart a little bit wider to feel more of the strengthening on the lower legs. One more deep breath here. I'm going to keep our elbows bent 90 degrees and place your hands behind your ears. One more deep breath here. And slowly going to point the left elbow toward the back leg and gaze toward the ceiling. Feel that shoulders opened. One more deep breath here. Inhale, parallel your elbows to the mat and exhale, crunch them to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here, directly come to our reverse warrior or peace warrior. There are many different names for this position. One more deep breath here. And slowly, let's come back to our warrior two. Both arms parallel to the mat. Out from here, I'm going to point the left hand over forward and bottom hand is pointing toward the top hand. So imagining you're holding something toward a 45 degrees direction. And if you want, you can gaze toward the right toes or 1 foot away from that right toes to feel that neck extension. One more deep breath here. Your entire body is being strengthened here. And slowly, let's come back to our warrior two. Beautiful. Gonna point the right toes back toward the screen and arms parallel to each other first. Nice. Going to have the hands onto the hips and slowly going to lean forward, hinge at the hips. Feel that sit bones spreading. And let's relax the hands onto the mat. And from here, going to lift up the heels and lower them. Inhale, lift up the heels and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up the heels and exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, lift, exhale down. This is a practice to feel light on your hips. Inhale and exhale. And from here, we're going to walk our hands far, crawling your hands forward. A little bit more. And relax your forehead here. You're really relaxing your neck, relaxing your head. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna walk our hands back. Bring the hands back onto the hips. Slowly lift up. Once you're lifted up, gonna come to our eagle arms. So you're stacking the elbows. Once you stack your elbows, bend the elbows, have both hands pointing toward each other. If you cannot reach your hands, you can grab onto your shoulders. That's okay as well. So as long as you are stacking your elbows. So my elbows are stacking and my hands are interlaced here. If not, you can just grab onto your shoulders, okay? So let's slowly bend the knees. Make sure the knees are pointing out. So I'm pointing my toes out here. Heels pointing in, toes pointing out. So you allow your knees bent out. Eagle arms. Make sure your elbows away from your chest. You don't want to have your elbows down. See my elbows down? That's not the right position. So you want to have your elbows up. One more deep breath here. And slowly gonna pause the hips, lowering down the hips first and lift. Lowering down the hips and lift. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe here. One more deep breath. And slowly release the hands, hands onto the hips, and straighten out the legs. Now I'm going to stack the elbows opposite way. So earlier my right is down, now my left elbow is down. So you interlace the hands or grabbing onto your shoulders. Both will have the effect for eagle arms. But this is more beneficial for the elbows. So once you got into the eagle arms, I'm gonna bend the knees. Bend the knees a little bit lower, hips down a little bit lower. 1 inch up, 1 inch down, or 2 inch up, 2 inch down if you're that flexible. If you're more advanced, let's pause for 8, 7, 6, elbows up a little bit more. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here with the hips down. 2 more deep breaths here. Strengthening the legs, stabilizing at the hips. Beautiful. Slowly release the hands, hands onto the hips, and straighten out the legs. Beautiful. I'm going to point the toes forward. Have the hands onto the hips first. Nice. I'll inhale, going to lift up that right knee. Nice. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up that left knee and exhale down. Now let's add arms to it. Elbows 90 degrees. Beautiful. Now I'm going to use the left elbow to pointing toward the right knee. You don't have to touch because when you want to touch, your back is rounded. So as long as you have the intention and relax down. Inhale, left knee lifted, right elbow toward that left knee and exhale down. Inhale, exhale, step far away. Inhale, lift, exhale, step really far away. Inhale, lift, exhale, step down. Inhale, up, exhale, down. 5 more. Inhale, up, exhale, step far. Inhale, the other side. Beautiful. Exhale, down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Good job, everyone. Let's relax the hands onto the hips. We're just going to do a hips roll here. 360 degrees with your hips. Nice big circle with the side of the hips. Just loosen up the tensions. Let's circle the opposite direction. Let the hips go free. Imagining the hips have no tension. Releasing all the restrictions. Beautiful. Centering yourself first. Nice. Going to bend the knees, come to a squat. Have your hands heart center. Use your elbows to push the knees away. Take a deep breath here in your yoga squat. Nice. And slowly relax the hands down onto the mat and slowly drop the hips down. Take it slow. And come to that butterfly with the heels in. You can either grab onto your big toes or interlace your hands underneath. Let's push the knees down. Push the knees down a little bit more. One more deep breath here with the knees pushed down. Because through our 1 hour exercise here, we open up the hip flexors. So you should point the knees down a little bit lower than when we started. Beautiful. Going to do the last cool down. So point the knees toward the left side. Come to our mermaid. Lift up the chin. And slowly pointing your body 45 degrees. Inhale, lifting up the chin. Exhale, 45 degrees with your upper body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 45 degrees. One more on this side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 45 degrees on this side. Let's lift up the back heel. Lift up a little bit higher. One more deep breath here. Nice. Going to drop it down. Switch the side. Knees pointing toward the right, to my right, and the hands. So your hands are on the side of the right knee. Inhale, lifting up the chin. Exhale, point your body 45 degrees forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, 45 degrees forward. You can feel it on the glutes, on the back, that hip flexor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pointing 45 degrees. 3 more, okay? Inhale, up. Exhale, pointing 45 degrees. Inhale, up. Exhale, 45 degrees. Last one. Inhale, up. And exhale, pointing 45 degrees. Now let's lift up the back heel. Maybe a little bit higher than you just started and about 50 minutes ago. Challenge yourself. Feel that stretch. One more deep breath here. You guys doing amazing. Good job. I see the progress. And slowly relax down. Let's come to a comfortable seated position. The final cool down. So have the right hand onto the left knee and come to a twist. Cool down, calm down that anxious heart. Feel less worried. I'll just switch directly, come to the other side of the twist. You find your breathing. You're connected. Center your body, bring your hands heart center. Take a deep breath here first. Feel centered, feel more balanced, feel more calmed. And bow to yourself. Thank yourself for taking the time. From my light to your light, namaste. Good job, everyone. You guys are amazing. Let's see. Let's open the microphone and see.